All right, we're out here this morning, and we have a turkey out, so we're gonna do what we normally do. This is the pen that they're in until we can finish their other area. We just keep trying to make this work. This is my latest please stay in. All these little twigs, I don't know if you can see them, branches. Come on, go in there and fight. Yep, that's what they're doing. So this is Trent. I'm Betsy, and we moved up here in February. We're about 4.5, 5 hours north of where all of our family is. Well, not all of our family, but a lot of our family. As you can see, we're having winter, and these are our dogs, Olaf and Elsa. And you can imagine what year we got those. Anyway, we just wanted to introduce ourselves and kind of tell a little bit about us. Trent, you want to go first?
Sure. We're on a big adventure. This is a big change in our lives where years ago we really felt like we needed to pursue farming, agriculture, living in the country. We have 6 children, and this was back in like 2012. And so we felt like, man, we really want our kids to climb trees and fish and explore. We couldn't do that living in the city. So we really took the plunge and moved to the country.
South of here.
And then after several years, an opportunity opened up where we could sell that small farm. We had 11 acres there and move on to something bigger. And so that's what we're doing here, is we bought a little bit bigger piece of property, and no one's ever lived here before. And so, as Betsy mentioned, we moved here in February. That was our home for about 9 months. And then in the process, we were building the house you can see behind you in the background, the barn dominium.
And we've got videos and different footage of that. And we'll kind of throw some in there from time to time so that y'all can see how hard the subcontractors worked, as well as us. We worked really hard too, building this. And it's just, we have a beautiful view. Well, not of the pool. The pool is what got us through the summer here.
It was so hot.
But we have a beautiful view, and we've done a lot of work on this property. We absolutely love it. I will say, we did the same thing on our old property south of here. It was also just a pasture whenever we bought it and built on it, and lived in a little barn for 2 years while we waited to build our home there. And our kids were invaluable to us. Some of them were really little at the time, but some of them were our boys were old enough to really do a lot of work for us. And we miss them.
Well, and I'll say,
This time around,
one of the things that might be intimidating, I know it was for us, is we didn't really have a lot of the skills to do a lot of that work then. And we had to just jump in and try, and we failed. We messed stuff up. Stuff was ugly. Our skills were very, very minimal, but from that we built on it. And when we came here, we did so much more of the work, and the skills continue to grow. And so I think This is one of those adventures where you have to play the long game. You're thinking, I'm going to learn a little bit now, and I'll learn a little bit more next month and the next year. And before you know it, you're pretty skilled in some things. And that's kind of the way our ancestors did it, right? I mean, they took a difficult journey, and they grew from it and just kept growing. And so that's our heart. That's what we're trying to do. And what we've seen is bringing our kids into it, and our other farm, and now here, they've learned to love this lifestyle. Even though it's difficult, they see the beauty in it, and they see that this is part of their future. And so I think that's drawn our family together, and we've really
definitely did. Back when we did this back in 2012, it would have been 2014 that we moved out to that raw land. Those were some of our favorite years. Our boys at the time were younger, and our oldest is 21 now. My second one is 19. He's in college, and getting married this year. our 16-year-old is still here, but you know, the 16 and the 21-year-old, they work. They work, you know, one full time and one a whole lot, like 30 hours. So they're not here to help us a lot. So we rely on our 3 girls, which have really, really stepped up. They love being outside with us, and the ones that don't love it as much do it anyway, but they're also happy to help cook. And you and I both know, mamas, that if you are working and working and working all day next to him, trying to get things done, mealtime comes, that's the last thing you want to think about. And so our girls have been really good about jumping in there, and even if it's just making smoothies or soups or grilled cheese or whatever it is, it's huge amount of help for us. And anyway, so we wanted to start this channel. We wanted to do it in February whenever we moved out here, but as you can imagine, living in a fifth wheel and trying to build, and there was just, I don't know, there was a season of transition that was pretty severe. The weather's different here. I feel like the wind, the rain, it was really, 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 I don't want to say depressing, but it was hard.
Yeah.
And it really, I know for me, I thought, oh man, I really thought I had this pioneer lifestyle. And I was a wreck, just a lot of times emotionally, just, I was just frustrated. It was really difficult. So anyways, we wanted to start this channel for 2 reasons. One, to stay connected with our family. We do our best to send out videos and send out pictures of everything the kids are doing and we're doing. But let's just be honest, if, you know, you're on different carriers or different, what are those platforms for phones, they don't cross over very well, and so you're getting this little tiny thumbnail of this movement, and you can't even hardly see what's going on. So we just decided, you know, we're very private people as far as like wanting to put ourselves out there, but we also think we have been inspired. So it's reason number 2. We've been inspired so much by these other families that we've watched, these other couples. I mean, we started back before COVID hit. We were watching, you know, Simply Living Alaska, you know, kind of shout out to them, because I wanted to move to Alaska if it had been up to me.
And but after 2 days of this snow, we're like, no,
I love
too
this.
Cold for us.
This is not snow this time. This is ice, but I absolutely love it. What I'm not looking forward to is the mess when it melts. So, but I would have moved to Alaska, except for I love my family very much, and I didn't want to go that far away. 2, you know, another family is a homesteading family. I love watching them. Wild Wonderful Off Grid, watched them, and Homesteady. Let me think. I know there's another one in there. They're in Idaho. I went blank. Anyway, Idaho family, 4 kids, love them too. They did it all on their own. It's just kind of like Wild Wonderful Off Grid. They did it all. Anyway, those people inspired us, and we spent many quote unquote date nights in our living room watching them, going, why can't we do this? Why can't we do this? I want to do this. Now, you know, we've kind of done it. I wish we have done it as good as them, you know, but we are in that phase right now where we are going to start really working on this land now that we have the house done. And I'm excited. Almost done. We're not done with
We've
certain.
We've still got a few things that we just moved in, and we were like, our motivation just
It was like,
disappeared.
we're done in the RV. We are done. The winds up here were crazy.
And I think that's an important thing to point out in this journey is you're going to have times where you're really motivated, and there's times where you just like, we don't have it today, and that's okay. You don't have to get everything done right away. We kind of live in a culture where it's instant gratification, right, in most things. And when it comes to long-term life goal projects like these, you have to say, man, I'm willing to take this slowly, you know, because sometimes it's just hard to remember that.
And I am a perfectionist. And so for me, I've been talking about doing this for, you know, months and a year or more. And it's like, I want it perfect the very first time it comes out. And that's just not going to happen. So we thought, you know what, we can sit around talking about it like so many other people we know, or we can just go, this is us. Hello. And hopefully our friends and our family that have been asking, what are you doing? Show me this, show me that. Here we go.
Well,
So
and this video is one of those, right? We've talked about starting this channel for a long time, and we kind of just came to the point the last few days. We're like, you know what? Let's just start. It's not going to be great right away.
yeah,
Our videography is probably going to be poor. There's going to be things we notice, but that's okay because you just start. You just get going. And for us, that's where the motivation comes in, is when we just start moving, then the motivation comes as we continue to progress.
so I'm not going to make you any commitments as far as how many videos we're going to make a week, because we also homeschool, and it has been lazy homeschooling lately, but we are kind of getting our roots established again, and I will get back on track. But anyway, that's us. And if you have any questions for us, put them in the comments or whatever. I've watched so many of these. What else am I supposed to tell you? Subscribe.
It. And hey, tell us, like, if there's something you want to know or something you want to see. I mean, we took this land from raw, so we ran utilities. We have a well house. I have a water softener and a water purification.
If you want to know about our trailer,
Yeah.
we're actually selling it, but it's the Alliance Valor 40V13. We have the 3 solar panels and the what's the name of that generator?
Yeah, it's a Cummins Onan generator.
Onan, that's what it is.
Yeah. And it was a great rig for living in it. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend
Perfect
it.
for what we needed. But it's just not easy to live in an RV.
No, because we were in the RV. 6 of us were in the RV and
working from there.
Yeah, working from there. And then we had a 40 by 12 building at the time that held our belongings. And then when our son came home from college, him and one of my other sons lived in that as well. And there was no bathroom in that building down there. It was really, really a problem. So we needed to get the house done. But we love where we live. It's beautiful. We miss our family greatly. But
we still believe it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Right. I can't turn this thing back around.
Okay. That's okay.
Anyway, that's us. And we might cut out some of this because it's information you don't care about, but we're going to go and do a few chores and check on different things, and we'll bring you along. Okay. All right. Here is our well house.
Yeah.
And we have a Pentair water softener.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's got a salt brine tank here. Keep the salt pellets in. And when we first started this well was brand new, and it was pretty minerally, and so we had to toy with, and I still don't think we have it quite perfect, but toy with the salt level to try to make it soft but not too soft. And Betsy and the girls were kind of telling me, oh, it's a little soft, I can't get the soap off. So I've adjusted it once, and I'm going to adjust it again probably after the winter is over. But what's cool about it is it comes up through the pump from the well. It goes through this filter here that I'll change out every 3 to 6 months. And then it goes over into the Pentair and into the brine tank, and then from there into the pressure tank. And so every bit of water that's coming out of the ground is being filtered and softened, because I noticed when we were living in the rig that it would get minerally around the faucets and things of that nature, and I didn't want that going into the house.
I'm still listening.
So,
Hi, babies.
That's worked really well. And I've got a floor heater in here. Shout out to my buddy Eric, who's an electrician. He put me a plug and everything in here so I could have lights and plug in a heater, and then that way when it gets really cold like it's been, we don't have to worry about anything freezing up.
The pool's frozen. So, which is fine. We have a wedding. We're going to be, they're getting married on the property. So this has got to come down anyway, because before it froze, it was green.
It defeated me, man.
It totally defeated you.
I was on top of it and keeping it clean, and then we got distracted with the house, and in a good way, and I just couldn't keep it clean. And our poor little robot, little Wally, is at the bottom of the sea.
Oh, he's down there?
He's down there, man, because he just couldn't keep up. And so
dang it.
I'm going to drain it, and we'll probably, if Wally survived, we'll give him another shot.
Anyway, this is where they're wanting to have the wedding. So the RV will have to be gone. Like I said, hey, we're selling it. What's that site we're selling it on?
Oh,
the guy that's selling it?
We can put a link to the
I'll put a link
auction below.
I'll put a link in it. There's an auction going on. But yeah, this is the view they want. And to have the ceremony, and then unless they change their mind, which could happen, so we're not holding it to you we're not holding you guys to that. But this is the view they're saying. And so we've got some cleanup to do. And then we're moving the chickens. We'll take you down to where we're going to move the chickens to. That'll be fun because it's really pretty. Okay, so for reference, there's Trent.
That's how I was walking out here.
But there's the house. And we cleared this area right over here at first, going, okay, this will be a great place for chickens. But we changed our mind. This is a little back road we have that goes to the back acreage. But I really felt like this right here off of the back road was the best way. Out of the way, we took down quite a few little trees and things like that right here. And we're just gonna give them a safe place. We only really are gonna have our egg layers as soon as I pull that, what's it called? As soon as we decide to process birds again, those turkeys are going. I can go into a long story about why I decided no on turkeys for long term, and I'll do that another time. But for right now, we're just gonna simplify and have our egg layers and a couple of roosters. Hey, Pops.
Hi, Maddie.
Let me see if I can get a video of her. Hey, Maddie. They adjusted just fine to the move. All right, so bye. Promise we won't always talk your heads off. But that's where we're at. And so, hello, nice to meet you, and stay tuned for more videos.
Looking forward to sharing what we have, and hope that it helps someone out there who's on the same journey.
Yep. Bye. Smelsa. Smelsa, do you want to make the video? Do you want to be in the video, big girl? Oh, she's so old, Daddy.
I know.
She's my girl.
She's pushing 10 this year,
My
isn't she?
girl. Yeah.